What will happen when a farmer drives his tractor into the fields and finds a strange pile of hay? He gets curious, but then hears a scary growl. Feeling scared, he slowly goes nearer and sees something unexpected that shocks everyone. Mysterious discovery in the meadow. The story begins on a warm July morning. Tristan, a farmer, feels really good as he drives his tractor through the green alfalfa fields. After working for hours, he takes a break and heads towards a grove of trees. There, he sees a strange pile of hay and debris. Curious, he carefully touches it with his pitchfork, and then he hears a growl. To his surprise, he finds a wolf in the pile, not a snake. But that's not all. Nearby, there's a tiny baby's arm, showing that there's a baby there too. Tristan feels relieved to see the baby is alive, probably kept warm by the wolf's body. It's a very unusual and sad sight. Hey everyone, welcome to Wild Wonders. Before we start today's video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Now, let's continue with the story. Tristan noticed that someone had left the baby there, maybe during the early morning or last night. The baby was wrapped in a thin shawl that didn't protect it much from the cold. Tristan had been working in the alfalfa field since sunrise and hadn't seen anyone around. So whoever left the baby must have done it before it got light outside. Tristan realized that the baby must have been kept warm by a wolf. He found it amazing. Maybe the wolf sensed the baby's vulnerability and tried to help. Or perhaps she thought the baby was one of her own. Tristan didn't know for sure, but he understood that if the baby was going to survive, it needed human help. Without wasting any time, he grabbed his phone, his hand shaking a bit as he called the one person he knew could help in such a tricky situation. When the call connected, Tristan felt a bit embarrassed. He was calling Dr. Nancy Lewis, the new doctor in town. He'd been attracted to her since they first met. Even though he wasn't sure about some of her different ideas, he couldn't ignore how he felt drawn to her. She brought excitement to his otherwise ordinary life, with her shiny hair and playful eyes that hinted at a love for adventure. Tristan quickly told Dr. Nancy about the situation, knowing she could help the baby. He felt relieved when he sent her the location, and then turned back to the wolf and the baby. An unlikely guardian. He didn't know how to safely approach the wolf. He didn't have a gun, just his pitchfork, which wouldn't help. He didn't want to hurt the wolf, especially since it had been kinder than the person who left the baby. But the wolf was growling protectively near the baby, making it hard for him to take it. Then he got an idea. What if he treated the wolf like a dog? People said wolves and dogs were similar, right? So maybe the wolf would understand him. He tried to be friendly, saying nice things to the wolf, but she wasn't impressed. She looked like she might attack. But then he remembered his lunch. Slowly and carefully, he went back to his tractor where his lunch was. He gave the wolf some of his sandwich, hoping it would distract her. At first, she growled at the sandwich, but then she smelled the meat and got interested. She wasn't sure if she should trust him, but she didn't want to leave the baby alone with him either. While she was distracted by the sandwich, he quickly grabbed the baby. As they left, Dr. Nancy showed up with a flare gun, ready to help. They quickly checked the baby, finding him safe despite the scary situation. A bond forged in the wild. In the following days, Tristan felt more connected to Dr. Nancy. Her kindness and strength made a big impression on him. They worked together to take care of the baby, and their friendship grew stronger with time. Months went by, and the baby, now doing well with their care, made Tristan and Dr. Nancy closer. Tristan started to have feelings for Dr. Nancy, feeling happier and more fulfilled with her around. They had a picnic with their adopted son, feeling amazed at how life had turned out. Seeing a wolf in the distance made Tristan think about fate and the journey they'd been on. In the end, it didn't matter if it was a dog or a wolf. What mattered was the love and care that brought them together. They faced challenges, but their bond was strong. With Dr. Nancy beside him, Tristan felt like they could overcome anything. That's all for today. Now it's your turn to share your thoughts about this story. What's the next story you'd like to know? Let us know in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe so you won't miss any of these amazing videos on the Wild Wonder.